All right, good morns. It's Sunday, August 27th. It's long run day. And today, the half marathon training plan has me set up for a 10-minute warm-up, a 12-mile run, and a 10-minute cool down. I usually run during the warm-up and the cool down, so like on the plan, a 12-mile run would actually be like 13.5 miles. But that means I'm going to run further than a half marathon. And I don't want to run a half marathon until the day of the race. So I was thinking of somehow not doing the 10-minute warm-up and cool down running. That I'll actually take that time and just do some dynamic stretches or something, so that I just cover 12 miles today, which will be the longest distance I've ever covered. But the other thing I'm going to do today too is actually do a run, walk, run method with a timer on my phone. I'm just going to do a structured sort of structured intervals the entire run. Jeff Galloway, the person who made this plan, does have a chart of run, walk, run sort of intervals that you can choose from depending on either, I wasn't sure if it's the pace that you usually run or the pace that you're sort of looking to run, the goal pace that you're shooting for. So the one I picked was, I think, between 9 and 11 minute miles, which is sort of what I do anyway, just normally. Maybe I do sometimes over 11, but definitely not less than 9. So that range seems to fit, and that is 90 seconds of running and 30 seconds of walking. So I have a timer on my phone, an interval timer. It'll beep at me after 90 seconds, and then it'll beep at me again after 30 seconds for an infinite number of times. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to see how that goes. I'm going to see how I feel doing that for 12 miles. So that's the goal for today. We'll see how it goes. This might be a long video, but I'm thinking of checking in every mile or so, maybe every 2 miles, and see how it goes. I just gotta get changed, get going. The other thing I did today for the first time is I stashed some water along the route. I just got back from driving down to the other parks that I'm going to be hitting, and I stashed little water bottles. Kind of hid them in the park. It felt weird because people were looking at me while I was doing it, because I didn't want anybody to see me hide the water. So I was kind of walking around suspiciously looking around and then putting a water bottle in a bush or something. So definitely looked probably kind of creepy. All right, so I'm just going to get changed and get going. So we'll see how this goes. All right, I'm all changed up, ready to go. Did my dynamic stretches and just getting a little walk in while my watch is paused to get a little warmed up, and then we'll get going on the 12 miles. Of course, I'm nervous. I'm always nervous on the long runs. Okay, 2 miles in. My average pace per mile is 10:31. Kind of interesting, not bad. Let's see how the next 2 go. All right, 4 miles in. Average pace the last 2 miles was 10:37. Pretty cool. That's weird. I don't know if I like it, but I'm surprised at the pace. My water bottle stash. 6 miles in. Halfway there. Average pace last 2 miles is 10:40.
10:48. Starting to feel it. Starting to not feel good. Okay, 8 miles in. Last 2 miles, average pace was 10:43. Feeling some hot spots on my big toes. I think I'm gonna have some blisters. And I think it's time for new shoes in a couple of weeks on my next paycheck. Alright, I'm gonna find my water bottle. Alright, 10 miles in. Average pace last 2 miles, 10:47. My time for the 10 mile was about 1:46, which is better than my 10 miler I did in June. Mission complete. Alrighty. Just doing a little bit of walking off the clock. Just feel like need to walk it out a little bit. Hopefully that'll help with recovery. I did some stretching already, sweating all over the place. And yeah, I'm gonna go back to the car, get changed up, look at the numbers. I think I did faster in 10 miles than I did in my 10-mile race almost 3 months ago. And I think I might have gotten a PB for a 10K during this run, but I don't think so. I think maybe according to my Garmin, but I think my 10K PB is better than what happened before I got my Garmin, so. But I'm gonna look at the numbers closer and see what we got.
All right, I got some numbers. So, first of all, the last 2 miles were an average of 10:32, I believe. And I think for the whole run, for 12 miles, the average was 10 minute 41 second miles, which is pretty awesome. Had to check the numbers. My last long run, my average pace was 11 minute 27 seconds. So with the run, walk, run method, my pace increased by like 40 seconds, 46 seconds or something. I don't know. Check my math. My math is bad. So I'm a little surprised. I would say around the 8 mile mark, things started to feel tough. At the 6 mile mark, I thought I was going to hit a wall, but then I kind of bounced back, and at the 8 mile mark, I noticed that the 90 seconds of running felt like 3 minutes, and the 30 seconds of walking felt like 10 seconds. So I was really hoping during the walk that it would last longer, and during the run, it just seemed like it lasted forever until I could walk again. So I was struggling. I definitely started to feel numb in the last couple miles. And then the last half mile, I just wanted it to end. But overall, I'm pretty happy with that. And I am still on the fence on whether I want to use the run, walk, run method in general. It's kind of cool that I did a 12-mile run, but also technically I walked about a quarter of it. Well, not distance-wise. Time-wise, I walked a quarter of it. Distance-wise, I probably walked, less than that. But when I started running, I kind of just wanted to run, turn my brain off, and just keep going. So hearing the beeps and beeps and beeps from my phone the whole time, it's a different experience. I couldn't really zone out. I couldn't think about things. I couldn't sort of check out my environment and enjoy where I was running, and just people watch and look at trees and dogs and animals and things. So it's a different experience. My whole goal was to accomplish distances and not accomplish PBs or times. So that may or may not change. Maybe I will start chasing times, but I do want to, when the half marathon comes in about 7 weeks, I do want to try to run the whole thing, only walking for the hydration stations and eating my Cliff Blocks. That I'll be happy with, but otherwise I just want to run the whole thing. I want to feel like I started and finished running a half marathon nonstop. So that's my goal. All right, thanks for joining me on this interesting run. Yeah, it's just another piece of the puzzle that I call running. Catch you next time.